she gets upset and she breaks down, and that's so real because those things really happen. You can't always put on a happy face and tell everyone it's going to be okay. But she does it so well when she's making the beds and they're sleeping on their clothing. And all this is true, by the way, so it's quite incredible. And
welcome to Nashville, y'all.
I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. This is our exciting adventure together.
You have been given a beautiful voice.
She's a special one, David.
Trigger's getting other folks to see it.
Does anybody really care what a 16-year-old girl thinks about God?
I'm trying to protect her, and it will never be enough!
it's going to be dangerous.
Daisy, how's it going?
Great. I love your neon sign behind you there. That's cool.
Glad. It's a hit. You know what I mean? I feel like it catches attention. So
best money you ever spent.
Yeah, it was. It's an Amazon buy. So I bought it on Amazon. I found it, and it's the things you buy online.
Awesome.
Where in the world are you? I'm curious.
I'm in LA. I'm in LA today. I'm excited to be back here I haven't been for, I passed through 18 months ago when we were finishing up in Kentucky shooting Unsung Hero. And before that, hadn't been for 3.5 years since I left in 2019. Wow. Good timing, actually, right before the pandemic. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Have you been in Aussie land? That's where you've been the last few years?
Yes, we call it Australia where I'm from.
I always call it Aussie land.
Yeah, so my husband and I lived in LA for 9 years, and we decided it was time to move back to Australia. We were pregnant with our 4th baby, so it felt like a good time to take a step back and raise the kids and just not focus on acting for a little while. But then I received Unsung Hero, the script, and it's pretty special. And in that time, I was definitely like in the mum zone. And so to read this film that is so much about the mother and the very subtle but crucial role of a mum in a family, it made me feel very appreciated. And so I really needed that at that time. And I spoke to the directors, and they said, yeah, this is really a love letter to moms and motherhood. And I was like, I'm in. That sounds amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. What a story behind that. The sort of role too. It means more, I feel. It's like a personal connection you had.
Yeah, very. Lots of personal connections, not lots of moments where I could really feel this character and this story.
I was going to ask you actually, if you put I'm sure you kind of visualize yourself being in Helen's place. Would you be able to kind of do what she did for her family and the commitment and just be that positive energy when things are kind of crumbling and there's so many life issues? You think you would do the same thing if you were in her shoes, sort of thing?
It's, it's like Bluey, isn't it? Bluey is like the ultimate dad and the ultimate mom, and they're so fun and they do everything so well. Helen's story was a bit like that. But what I did love about this was that it's not perfect. Like she definitely has her moments where she gets upset and she breaks down, and that's so real because those things really happen. You can't always put on a happy face and tell everyone it's going to be okay. But she does it so well when she's making the beds and they're sleeping on their clothing. And all this is true, by the way, so it's quite incredible. And he asked when they're going to get real beds. And she says, oh, astronauts and cowboys, they don't have real beds. They have adventure beds like these. And I think and all the kids are smiling, and that's what she's able to do, and make challenge into an adventure. And I spoke to Rebecca, or I heard her speaking to someone else and saying that because she told us it was an adventure, it was. And I think that's so great. And the other thing that I liked about the way that she approached it is it was important to her to bring the children in on their situation. It's one thing to protect them, but she also had to be really honest about where they were at, and she needed their help. And so then they all rally together and they all feel like a valuable contributing member of the family. And so I think that gave them a sense of worth, and they were able to just hold on to hope and love, and they worked hard and they prayed for everything they needed. And look where it got them.
They did pretty well. You know,
Yeah, they have.
yeah, this is a unique situation because, like, when you kind of do stuff based on true stories, you might have the actual people kind of on set, or you might be able to talk to them prior to filming. You get to play the wife of one of Joel, who was part of this story, of this real story, which is kind of like amazing that you get the source
Yes,
on set working with you. You know what I mean?
I
So
know.
many scenes. What was that like working with him? Did you kind of always run stuff by? Like, am I doing the things the right way? Was it more sort of a comforting thing that you had him there, that you could bounce off things, or maybe more pressure in a sense because you are telling the story of his mom and his family?
True, true. Yeah, it was a crazy scenario to have, but there was never any pressure. I never felt any pressure. This was the most collaborative and kind set that I've ever worked on. So that was pretty special. And Joel, yeah, he's very open. If he was struggling with something, he would talk about it and we would figure it out together. I did my job, and part of my job is to, support my co-star and collaborate with my director, and nothing was different about that. And we actually, I mean, there was some realness in the fact that we had to corral these bunch of kids, and so there's this natural parenting instinct that kind of kicks in to do that. So that was not difficult. Everything was really enjoyable.
There you go. And you got some experience being a mom. So this might have been kind of like, oh, I'm going to work. I'm away from being a mom. Like, no,
Absolutely.
you're going back to being a mom too, also on set.
I know. It's just, you get to the point where it's just in your stride,
Yeah.
and I think that's what it was for Helen. Obviously, she's been through it many times at this point and she knows what's important. And so she just holds on to that through the film. And there's this real sense of determination. And if you can combine this like hope and gratitude, ask for what you need, and then, be gracious in receiving it, and spread love and generosity, compassion, which is what the community members kind of show to the Smallbone family in this film. I think it's a great message, and I think following your dream is what everybody is trying to do, and this movie will leave people inspired to do so.
And it's like it's kind of gives back, like people help you, then you can help them back later on, because
Oh, pay
it's
it
a
forward.
revolving thing.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
I love that. Did you know about the Smallbone family prior to this, getting the script and kind of being asked for this role? What did you know of them, or did it all kind of, you found out about their music and their family as you were prepping?
Yes, I think I was hiding under a rock or something, or just in the thick of being a mom, because I really didn't know much about the Smallbone family at all. So all I had was the script, and the script was enough. This story is incredible. It was incredible on the page, and it's incredible on the screen. And so film, that's why I'm part of it. It's such a great storytelling medium, and this is a good one. So
No question. And you're part of it. So it's good to be part of uplifting projects, and especially telling the
agreed.
story of a real family, something you felt personal to you and connected with. Great
Yeah.
work. She was the
Yeah.
glue of this film for sure, Helen, and
Yes,
held it down
exactly.
too, Daisy. So
Yes,
great
so
job.
grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time, and look forward to talking to you again.
You too. See you. Thanks.
Enjoy the ride. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.